What's up guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So you guys read the title, it is not clickbait. Today I will be sharing with you guys the story of how my husband and I met and how I basically sabotaged his past relationship, which was with my best friend, so that way I could shoot my shot. And yeah, okay, that sounds really bad. Please watch the entire video before you go judging me, okay? Because you're probably thinking to yourself right now like you're a shitty person. All right, well, let's get ready. The next clip I'm gonna be looking like a troll, prepare yourselves, but enjoy the video, guys. All right, so we're just gonna jump right into this. First of all, I need some lip balm because your girl's lips are a little crusty right now. Also, a quick side note, I absolutely hate these face frame pieces right now. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't really know why I hate them. Maybe it's because I'm not ready. I don't know, but I just am not feeling them. I love to wear my hair like this, but these are like doing some weird stuff today, so just ignore them. I'm just gonna tuck them for now because we're doing my base makeup first anyways. Okay, so to start, I'm going to mix the L'Oreal Paris Skin Paradise. It's a skin tint. And I'm going to mix in a little bit of the NARS foundation because I don't want like full coverage. But this stuff definitely does not give enough coverage because clearly I have acne. But anyways, okay, so for today, I'm going to tell you guys the story of basically like how Anthony and I met. So for those of you who don't know, we have been together for 9 years. We got together in 2013, and yeah, so at the end of this year, well, it's confusing. We kind of made up our anniversary because of like how everything went down. So we kind of made it up, but you guys will understand that here in a little bit. First things first, this is not clickbait, okay? He was definitely dating my best friend, and I may or may not have sabotaged that. First of all, the girl that's my best friend, we're gonna call her Becca, okay? So, Becca, I believe that you know who you are, and if you don't, if you listen to this story time, you will know who you are. Don't hate me, please. It was in 2013, I was 14 years old and we were young, okay? So basically I lived with my mom and I was always at Becca's house because Becca was my best friend at this time. Like, we were like super close, like we spent every single day together. In the summertime, like her family was like my family, like we all went and did like family stuff together. I was having a lot of family issues at this time, so I was never at home. Like, I was never home. I would like literally stay with Becca for like weeks at a time. That's a whole nother story. But so there was one day I was at Becca's, and it's summertime, or it's like the very beginning of summertime, I believe, like right after school let out and whatever. So also, I might get the times a little bit wrong because this was 9 years ago, so it's kind of like, you know, whatever. And I had a lot of trauma back then, so I blocked out like a lot of that out of my life, or out of my brain. So anyways, so yeah, it's summertime, or it's the beginning of summertime, and I'm over at Becca's house and we're just hanging out, whatever. And she's like, hey, some friends want to hang out, like, do you want to hang out, whatever. So her plan was to like tell them to come and to just hang out in the front yard, which we did all the time. She had a corner house, so we would always just go to her front yard, and that's where like everyone would hang out, and that was like the spot to be, basically. So she invites them over, and by them I mean Anthony, Dom, and like some of their friends. Anthony is my current husband, and then Dom is my brother-in-law. So we invite them over, and we're all just hanging out front. And like I said, she has a corner house, so there's like an intersection right there, and we all like played freeze tag, and there was like a bunch going on, and there was so many people because across the street there was like this frat house type of thing, and there was a whole bunch of people there, and they seen us playing freeze tag, and then they came and then they joined us. So we're all playing tag in the like street, and it's like late at night, like it's like black outside. So while we're like playing freeze tag and everything, like I didn't really see Anthony, like I never really like met him, I guess. I don't know, they kind of just came over and Becca knew them, and so it was just kind of like a hey, what's up, and then that was it. But it was dark outside, so like I didn't even really see them that much. I just remember we were sitting out front talking for a while, and then after that we ended up playing freeze tag, and then they went home, blah blah blah. So the next day rolls around, right? And this is when it started, okay? So the next day rolls around, and she calls me. I finally go home, right? Like I stay the night, and then I end up going home for a little bit, and she calls me. And she's like, hey, the guys want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Like, do you want to go? And I was like, sure. Like, it's summertime. I'm literally at home, not doing a damn thing. Like, sure, let's go. So I get ready, whatever, tell my mom I'm leaving. And then they come to pick me up, right? And they're in Dom's car. And so in the car is Dom driving. There's a friend of theirs in the passenger seat, and then in the back seat was another friend, Anthony and Becca. So in order for me to fit in the car, Becca had to sit on Anthony's lap. Everyone's like introducing themselves. So Becca's sitting on Anthony's lap, so I can't even see Anthony. So everyone's introducing themselves. I get in the car, and as they're going around, they're all saying their names, and then Becca leans forward and Anthony goes, I'm Anthony. And I was like, whoa. So he introduces himself, and I don't say anything other than whoa. I literally said whoa. I was like, nice to meet you guys. She's literally sitting on his lap. So I'm like, is that a thing? Or like, are they just doing it like homies because it's a small car? Like, I'm a little bit confused, you know? So I don't really say anything because I literally have just met these people, and I'm like, let me not look like a crazy psychopath. So we're all hanging out. She tells me that she's crushing on him. They're flirting, they're whatever, they're sitting next to each other. Blah, 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 this, that, and the third, whatever. I'm jealous as hell, but I'm just shutting my mouth and eating my damn nasty ass Chuck E. Cheese pizza. But yeah, I was like freaking starstruck by this boy when I first seen him. I was like, you are fine and you will be mine. And I was so like infatuated with this boy. I was like, what the hell? And I'm only 14 at this point, okay? And I was like, I'm gonna marry you. I will have your kids and I'm going to marry you. Like, you are perfect. Like, I literally, all you said was my name is Anthony, and I was like, sold, done deal, I'll take it. Yep. When we got to Chuck E. Cheese, she was like, I have a crush on him, I like him. And I was like, why? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut though, because I'm not trying to, you know, lose her, because we were literally like best friends. And I was like, I'm just gonna let her do her thing, whatever. But if y'all ever break up, just know. I'm like literally meeting everyone at this point, so like I'm like not really saying much. Like, I don't know anybody. I don't remember if she knew all of them prior. I think she like hung out with them a few times, but it wasn't like, you know, best buds or whatever. But that group became like the group. Like, we were literally together like every day. After that first day, it's like we all hung out like on a daily basis. Our favorite thing to do would literally be to blast music, pile 17 people in a little coupe car, and then just drive. Or we would go to the park, or we would go to someone, like whoever in the group like was available. Like, we would go to their house and we would just hang out. Like, literally we were just always together, like that 70s show type of situation, but not the smoking because we were innocent. But Becca and Anthony are hitting it off, you know, whatever, they're doing their thing. So he starts coming to me and he's asking me, well, it's really his brother. So his brother's coming to me and asking me like, what is she like whatever. And then I'm back there like, I don't want to tell you what she likes. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't. Like, I want this man for myself. and I'm trying to be a good friend, so like just don't even put me in it. Like just move along, take a wild guess, and just call it a day, right? But then I'm thinking like, this is my best friend, like let me not be an asshole and let me like try to make her happy, because she doesn't date people, like she doesn't talk to men, she doesn't, like this wasn't a thing for her, like we're young, like, you know, it's just gonna be a little fling, it's not like it's anything serious, you know, whatever. I said that she likes poems and she likes flowers. Let me remind you, Becca is not a romantic. I like romantic stuff, but I told them that she likes romantic stuff. Why, you may ask? It was an impulse, all right? They asked me in person and I just said something. So he writes her a poem. The day comes that he gives her the poem, right? And I'm with her, I think I was with her, or we were meeting up later or something. And she literally tells me, she's like, he wrote me a poem. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's great, right? Like, isn't that so cute? Like, oh my God, he's putting an effort. He loves you, girl. And then she's like, no. She's like, no. She goes, I hate poems. I don't know why he wrote me a poem. I'm not a romantic, blah, 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 XYZ. But she's like, it's a cute thought, but like, it's not, like, I'm not feeling it, right? And so I'm like, oh shit. Ah, shit. I don't know if she knows all this. I kind of feel bad. Like, I don't, but like I do. Because mind you, this is all like going really fast and we're so young that it's like, now it's kind of funny and she might think it's kind of funny now, but please don't hate me. I swear it was kind of on purpose, but it wasn't really on purpose. So Becca, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, okay? She's all like talking about the poem and she's just like whatever, but she kind of lets it go and she's like, you know, it's the thought that counts, like at least he did something, whatever. Time goes on, right? And they're talking still, and it's just kind of like, she's like slowly losing interest. But at this point, like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm just there as like a friend, but like I'm not like purposely sabotaging anymore, really. Just the poem thing, kind of. I don't even know if that was considered on purpose. Yeah, so they're still going on, they're talking, like we're all still hanging out every day. They're like super fucking awkward with each other, first of all. Like anything they do is like weird, and I don't know if it's like because I just thought it was weird or if it was like they just weren't into each other. They pretty much never hung out like just them two. It was always like as a group. So we're like all at the park and we're playing like truth or dare, and we're doing like spin the bottle type of stuff. Like I don't even remember what we were doing, but it was all just like childish, like literal movie type games. So then they make me kiss this one guy, okay? They dared me to kiss this one guy. His name is gonna be Chad, okay? Mind you, I have zero interest in this man. I am interested in Anthony, and Anthony and Becca are over there doing their thing, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I'm not trying to be in this situation. I wanna be over there. I wanna be in Becca's shoes, okay? But like I said, I'm backing up. I ain't doing nothing. I was minding my business, going along with it, whatever. So they pair me up with Chad. And as far as I know, Chad had a crush on me, but I'm not too sure on that. I don't really remember. I can't speak for Chad. But I'm pretty sure like it was a setup, okay? I'm telling my mom like all of this stuff, like the juicy details. Like my mom knows everything, like everything under the sun, right? And I'm like, look, like I have a crush on this boy, but they're pairing me up with this boy and they're making me play truth or dare, and they're making like I had to kiss this boy, and I don't like, I just don't want to like hurt any feelings, and I'm just like trying to like figure everything out without being like that shit best friend, you know? And I'm still interested in this boy. It's not like it was just like a one-day thing where I'm like, oh, you know, he's cute, whatever, and then I just like lose interest. No, like every time I see this man, I'm like infatuated with him. I'm like, you're perfect. Like every word out of your mouth is like heaven sent. Like my ears are just, my heart is so full every time you talk. Anyways, so I get paired up with Chad, right? And then, so I'm telling my mom the whole situation of how like I'm not into Chad, but like I think Chad's into me. And I'm not trying to like hurt feelings or anything, or like I don't even know if he's really into me. I think it's just a setup, and like it's part of the group, so we had to like kind of, you know, like PEMDAS type stuff, like we got put together. Yeah, so then she calls me one day out of the blue and she's like, hey, she's like, so technically Chad is your cousin. And I was like, what? So are we from Bama? Or like, what's happening? Like, what do you mean? And she was like, yeah, she's like, that's your way out. Like, that's your way to like make it so you don't have to like participate in the truth or dares anymore. I think I called Dom, I want to say, because I was like, I'm not telling Chad because like that's fucking awkward. I don't want to do that. So I think I called Dom because Dom was like the head of the group, or he was like, because he was, I think he was the oldest or something, or he was one of the oldest, and he was the one with the car. And I was like, look, this is what's going on. I didn't tell him about his brother because I was like, I don't, once again, they still, him and Becca still had like a little thing going on, so I didn't want to like be that person. So I'm pretty sure they knew because of like how I acted, because I was freaking 14 and I'm like, every time he talks, I'm like, oh my God. But I didn't like actually come out and say that I had a crush on him or that I was like into him or whatever. So anyway, so that was my way out of the whole Chad situation, is that we're technically related through marriage. So we're not really related. So no, don't be over here trying to say that I'm a fucking Alabamian and I'm just, you know, out here with my cousins, because that's not true. Anthony and Becca still have a little thing going. They're doing their thing, whatever. I'm just sitting in the back. And then eventually, I think the last straw was Anthony's birthday. So Anthony, his birthday is 4th of July. And his birthday is like a kind of a big deal in his family, because they all have, like, him, his dad, and like his friends, and like a bunch of them have birthdays in July. So 4th of July is like the time that they like all get together, and then we all shoot fireworks, and you know, it's like a big thing for them. So 4th of July comes and Anthony decides to go with Becca rather than going with his family. So his family's all like, oh, what the heck, like, who is this girl? Why is he choosing to spend his birthday over there rather than over here? And then he goes, and I think he gave her like a gift or something. I don't really remember. I can't really remember. I'm a little confused myself. But something happened, and it basically, he did not have a good time while he was there, and he was like complaining, and I don't think she had a good time either. And I think this is when they kind of decided to like not talk anymore. Like they were like, okay, we're done. Like, I've lost interest, right? And this whole time Becca is coming to me and she's telling me like how she's feeling and about her like losing feelings and this, that, and the other. And I'm over here like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Which I really was. Like, I was like, dang, that kind of sucks. And I was like I kind of felt bad because I started the whole, like, I put it in his head that she likes romantic stuff when she doesn't. So like I kind of started the whole thing of like him trying to come up with romantic things to do, you know what I mean? But like that's all I did. I don't know if that is what ruined it or not, but basically they stopped talking. Okay, so they slowly stop talking, and as soon as they stop talking, I get sent off to South Carolina. I get sent off to South Carolina. The time for me to shoot my shot has come, and I get sent to South Carolina. Mom, why did you do that? It was wrong timing, all right? I'm strong-willed, okay? So I was like, I want this man. This man will be mine at some point, okay? But I'm not trying to hurt Becca's feelings, right? From the time that they stopped talking to me getting sent to South Carolina is like a few weeks. So I was like, I wasn't wasting no time, right? I was like, let me slide in. Let me just like flirt with him a little bit, right? Because they no longer have a thing. So I'm like, it's not cheating, it's not like whatever. I mean, there's probably like some kind of girl code where you're not supposed to like do that, but I was like, fuck girl code. I don't care. Like, I'm trying to shoot my shot over here, okay? Like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I start flirting with him, whatever. We're still hanging out on a daily basis. Like, even with her, like, we all still hung out. They just weren't a thing anymore. And then I get shipped off to South Carolina, okay? I'm there for the remaining of summer, basically. I think I was there for like a month or two. So the entire time I'm in South Carolina, like, we're texting, okay? And we're not a thing, you know, like, we're not like a couple or anything. Like, we're just literally just talking as friends, as homies. Like, he's texting other girls. Like, we're literally on FaceTime and he's smiling at his phone, and I'm like, what the hell you smiling at, boy? I'm right here. So he had an iPod, and that's how he FaceTimed, right? Because Anthony is an old man. He always has been an old man. He never had a touchscreen phone, right? Until he was like 18. So he always had that little slide phone to the side, right? So he had an iPod, and that, like an iPod Touch, and that's how we would FaceTime. So he had that, so he was FaceTiming me on the iPod, and then he had his phone. So he was smiling at his phone, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm right here on FaceTime with you, and you're over here smiling at your phone. And he, mind you, we're not a thing, and we're homies, we're friends. So he was straight up about it. He was like, oh, I'm texting so-and-so, like, whatever. And I'm just over here salty as hell, like, who? What? So yeah, that didn't last long. That was like literally nothing. It was like a few text messages, and that girl, I don't even know if you know who you are, but girl, you had no chance. We're FaceTiming this whole time, and then I think he starts to get the hint that like I like him, whatever, or at least his brother did, because all the time he FaceTimed, like his brother was around, like they literally shared a bedroom. So anything that was said, like his brother heard, and we were just like, you know, it was like me hanging out with them basically, but it was over FaceTime. And then so we just slowly start like sliding in there, you know, whatever. I'm trying not to make it weird because I don't want to like rush things. Yeah, we start talking, all that stuff, and then the time comes for me to come home from South Carolina. And I don't tell Anthony anything. I don't tell Anthony, I don't tell Becca, I don't tell, literally nobody knows that I'm coming home, right? I fly home, and when literally the second I get home, I drop my bags and I leave and I go to surprise Anthony. And then ever since then, we just hit it off. We just hit it off, and I was like, hell yeah. I don't remember like if Becca just stopped hanging out with us or like if she was still there. Like, I really don't remember. I just know that I was always with Dom and Anthony. Like, I no longer was at Becca's house, like, for months at a time. I was at Dom and Anthony's, like, all the time. Like, everywhere we went, it was the three of us, right? And, well, it was usually a few of Dom's friends, too, because there was, like, his close people and then, like, our people. But anyways, so we would always hang out, like, on a daily basis. We were always together. Like, there was never, like, you would never not see us together, right? And then school starts. At this time, Becca goes to a different school. She goes to like some like private school or something, or some like other type of school, and I go to the same school that Anthony is going to. I'm going in to be a freshman. Anthony was a sophomore, and then his brother was a senior. So Anthony and I are just hanging out more and more and more, and then I start like, we're like a thing now. Like we're like official, but we're like not official. Like he never asked me to be his girlfriend. So we were talking from the like beginning of, or the end of summer. So I want to say like the end of July is when I surprised him and was like, hi, I'm home, whatever. And then after that is like whenever we really started talking and like became a couple. At this point, I still have not told Becca. Okay, I'm like, I'm scared to tell her because I don't want her to think that like, you know, I was just like out to get her. So eventually I text Becca and I'm like, hey, I just want to be 100% transparent with you. Anthony and I started talking, like, does that bother you? Like, are you okay with that? Whatever, like, I don't want to, you know, step on your toes. And she was like, yeah, go ahead, girl. She's like, I don't care. She's like, we were, you know, it was just a little fling. Like, it's no big deal. Like, go ahead. Do your thing. Have fun, girl. So I was like, that's all it took? I could have done this like 3 months ago. So then Anthony and I really start talking. We're not like in hiding. We're not like, you know, there's no secrets anywhere, which we weren't really hiding before. She went to a whole nother school, so we didn't like have to hide really. Like then September rolls around and I'm like, I come to a realization, like this fool never asked me to be his girlfriend. Like we don't have an anniversary. Like we don't have a date. And that was at like the end of September, so we just made up a day. Yeah, we were like, okay, well, we're just gonna say September 23rd. That's our anniversary. And ever since then, you know, we hit it off. I went to all his football games and we were like high school sweethearts, right? So let me just remind you, he was a sophomore and I was a freshman. and we both went to the same school. And then the following year, he ended up getting a scholarship to go play football for a private school. So his junior and senior year, he went to a whole different school than me. But we still stuck it out, honey. That's what I mean by like, we was in this thing. Like, he's seen the lowest parts of my life. Like, there was so much going on with my family that I was like at the lowest point. I was like, if it wasn't for Anthony, like, I would be in a whole different world. I would be in a whole different mindset. I would be in a whole different, like, everything. So Anthony was literally the glue to my life, and he like held me together and made sure that I was successful and made sure I went to school and made sure that, you know, I was on my shit and I didn't slack. He went to the private school his junior year, and my sophomore year I was still at the public school. I went to the public school all 4 years, and then his last 2 years he went to the private school. Now here we are. It is now 2022. I almost said 2023. We have been together for 9 years. Look at that. Look at that. See? So it is now 2022 and I got a ring on my finger, a baby in my belly. I need to finish my makeup. We are living our best life. We are a great duo. Would not trade him for literally anything in this whole world. We make a good match. And since the day that we went to Chuck E. Cheese and I said, whoa, to meeting this man, he literally said, my name is Anthony. And I said, whoa, whoa. You are a handsome hunk, my dude. You are. Hello, how you doing? My letter to Becca. Okay, Becca, I believe you know who you are at this point now. I didn't mean to. I feel like I didn't really sabotage you guys. Everyone says I did, but that's just because I told them like things that you didn't like. And I'm sorry I had to do that, but I just knew. When I saw this man, I just knew. And I tried to stay back, and I fell back as soon as you told me that you had a crush on him. But then later you were just like losing interest, and I was like, she's not even interested in this man. I need to shoot my shot. Like, that I'm very, very, very interested in this man. Like, I just need to shoot my shot. And you had no interest anymore, and I was like, I do. I got interest. Like, come on. You know, and then everything was happening, and then this man literally saved my life. So please don't hate me, okay? Please don't hate me. Yeah, it's 9 years later and I'm super happy, and now we're having a beautiful, beautiful baby boy. He's due in May of 2022, so a few more months. I'm currently 6 months pregnant. And yeah, we're extremely happy. So thank you so much, Becca, for introducing us and inviting me to Chuck E. Cheese that day. Because if it wasn't for you, this love story wouldn't be what it is. Let me finish my makeup really fast and I will be right back, okay? All right, guys, so that is pretty much it. That's the story of how I basically kind of sabotaged, not really sabotaged, but didn't help the situation of Anthony with my best friend. Anyways, that is it for my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want more story times, just let me know. I'm sure there's plenty more, and maybe I can convince my brother-in-law or Anthony to come on camera and to tell some with me. They're both really good at storytelling, and I know that they'll add in a lot more details because I feel like they remember a lot more than I do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys.